The First World War signaled a dramatic shift in how the globe's militaries conducted warfare. Initially expected to be a brief skirmish, it morphed into a savage trench struggle, where gains were counted in meters, and mortally wove itself into soldiers' daily existence. In this relentless and unforgiving landscape, technology took center stage, unveiling pioneering weapons that would chart the course of modern combat. When the United States stepped into the First World War in 1917, it faced a formidable hurdle, swiftly adapting to a ruthless, unfamiliar mode of fighting. With minimal time to gear up, the American forces scrambled to arm their troops with cutting-edge, effective tools to counter their battle-tested European rivals. In this presentation, we'll dive into the most renowned American weapons that appeared on the First World War's front lines, aiding the United States in carving out its place in this nascent age of contemporary warfare. The M1903 Springfield emerged as one of the most legendary and esteemed rifles wielded by the U.S. Army during the First World War. Conceived in the wake of the Spanish-American War, this bolt-action firearm soon became a byword for accuracy, excellence, and dependability among American troops. By the time the U.S. joined the conflict in 1917, the Springfield ranked among the most sophisticated infantry arms of its day. Its standout quality was its superb precision. Firing the formidable .30-06 Springfield round, which blended range with forceful impact, it allowed soldiers to strike foes at distances outpacing many rival rifles. This made it especially valued by snipers and elite squads. The bolt mechanism was sturdy yet straightforward, with a fluid, rapid motion that enabled consistent shooting, even under the duress of trench warfare. On the battlefield, the Springfield excelled primarily with sharpshooters and highly trained soldiers. Its exceptional accuracy pinpointed critical targets like enemy commanders and machine gunners, delivering both a tactical edge and a psychological blow to adversaries. A curious detail: though celebrated as an American creation, the M1903's original design leaned heavily on the German Mauser, even triggering a post-war lawsuit over the parallels. Another intriguing note: its use stretched far beyond the First World War, enduring into the Second, a testament to its remarkable longevity and significance as a military tool. Yet, its intricate, exacting construction slowed mass production, requiring ample time and materials. This bottleneck forced the U.S. Army to turn to the M1917 Enfield, which ultimately became the go-to rifle for its simpler, faster manufacturing process. Even with its constrained output during the war, the M1903 Springfield's reputation endures, cherished today as one of the most precise and trustworthy military rifles ever produced in the United States. The Colt M1911 pistol, a brainchild of the iconic John Moses Browning, stands as one of the most storied and persistent weapons in U.S. military annals. Unveiled in 1911, this semi-automatic handgun was embraced by American forces and saw extensive action in the First World War, distinguishing itself for its potency, reliability, and toughness, quickly earning frontline soldiers' admiration. A key advantage was its robust caliber, the renowned .45 caliber ACP. Chosen for its superior stopping power, a leap beyond the weaker calibers like the .38 used previously, it shone in the trench's fierce close combat, swiftly neutralizing threats and safeguarding soldiers in high-stakes moments. Another asset was its rugged durability. The M1911 was famed for functioning in harsh settings, enduring mud, filth, dampness, and rough handling without faltering much. Its uncomplicated design also eased cleaning and upkeep in the field, a trait prized by troops short on time and tools amid soggy trenches. Given its considerable weight, some deemed it unwieldy for long treks or drawn-out battles. Moreover, The .45's stout recoil demanded training and finesse, proving tricky for less seasoned soldiers, potentially hampering accuracy and firing pace without proper mastery. In wartime, the Colt M1911 became a badge of distinction among veteran officers and fighters. Though rifles ruled the infantry, the pistol was a vital lifeline, a dependable fallback in clutch situations. Its wartime acclaim and prestige kept it in service for nearly a century, featuring in major clashes like the Second World War, Korea, and Vietnam, showcasing its caliber and resilience across diverse historical eras. The Winchester M1897, commonly known as the M1897, ranked among the most dreaded and potent weapons American soldiers employed in the First World War's trench battles. Distinct from standard rifles, this 12-gauge shotgun was crafted for close-quarters fighting. Upon entering Europe's trench-dominated war zone, its raw destructive force caught immediate attention from both allies and foes, garnering fame and respect, alongside some contention for its ferocity. Its primary strength was its crushing effect at short range. Loaded with buckshot, cartridges packed with multiple large lead spheres, it could devastate several foes with one blast, proving especially lethal in cramped trench pathways. Its pump action enabled rapid, successive shots, greatly bolstering soldiers' offensive might. Troops often fired repeatedly while closing in on enemy posts, unleashing chaos on their opponents. Shorter than most arms, the M1897 was easy to carry and wield in tight spaces where lengthy rifles proved clumsy and impractical. Notably, its deployment stirred international dispute. The German military lodged official objections, claiming the shotgun breached war's codes by being inhumane. They even vowed to execute captured soldiers bearing a Winchester M1897. The U.S. rebuffed this, using it widely, deeming it a critical asset in the war's savage close-range encounters. Still, despite its strengths, the Winchester M1897 had a glaring flaw. Its effectiveness plummeted as distance grew, rendering it useless in mid- or long-range engagements, where rifle-armed enemies held the upper hand. Even so, the Winchester M1897 etched a lasting imprint on military history, earning the German moniker Barbarian Gun for its trench combat prowess. The Browning M1917 machine gun was a standout automatic weapon for the U.S. forces in the First World War, swiftly becoming a hallmark of American military strength in the struggle. Designed by the acclaimed John Moses Browning, it entered service in 1917, tailored to meet trench warfare's grueling demands, providing relentless, devastating firepower to soldiers. Its chief merit was its exceptional sustained fire ability. Driven by a short recoil system and cooled with water, it could shoot continuously for long stretches with minimal overheating. This allowed troops to hold vital positions, thwarting enemy assaults or pinning their advances. The M1917 boasted an impressive firing rate of up to 600 rounds per minute, a true breakthrough in firepower volume for its era. Another key feature was its accuracy and reach. Thanks to the .30 Springfield caliber, its potent rounds covered vast distances with precision, amplifying its lethality and battlefield influence. With an effective range surpassing 1,000 meters, it could engage and neutralize foes well before they posed a threat to Allied lines. Yet it wasn't without drawbacks. The M1917 was notably heavy and immobile, tipping the scales at over 40 kilograms with its tripod and water reservoir. This made it tough to shift quickly, rendering it less suited for rapid offensive moves. It thrived as a defensive tool, securing fixed spots, but posed challenges in fast-paced attacks, needing specialized crews for transport and use. Though developed late, the M1917 proved indispensable to American forces, mass-produced even beyond the war's end. It saw action well into the Second World War and Korea, a clear sign of its effectiveness, durability, and deadly power. The Colt M1917 Revolver was a crucial and widely used sidearm for American soldiers in the First World War, offering a practical fix to a pressing issue: a shortage of Colt M1911 pistols to equip the rapidly mobilized troops after the U.S. entered in 1917. Though less iconic than its semi-automatic sibling, the M1917 Revolver was vital in arming soldiers, owing to its ease, sturdiness, and reliability. Made by Colt, the M1917 arose from the Army's urgent call for handguns using the standard .45 caliber APC round, already standard with the M1911. Colt retooled its civilian new service revolver to military specs, producing a revolver that fired the same .45 caliber APC ammo as the pistol. However, due to the revolver's classic design, this ammo required special half-moon clips, small metal holders for quick cartridge ejection after firing. It quickly won soldiers' favor for its simple handling and tough build. Compared to the M1911, which needed more skill to operate and maintain, the M1917 was basic and approachable, perfect for green troops or scenarios where upkeep was limited. Its reload process was somewhat sluggish, needing manual barrel work and clip handling, a potential drawback in fierce combat. A neat historical note: Colt and Smith & Wesson both produced it, yielding over 300,000 units combined. Both versions carried the M1917 label, despite slight differences in style and mechanics. After the war, the Colt M1917 gained recognition among historians and collectors as a prized artifact, embodying America's swift response to the dire needs of a catastrophic modern conflict. The M1917 Enfield rifle became the U.S. infantry's backbone during the First World War. Though the U.S. initially aimed to rely on the Springfield M1903 as its main rifle, its late 1917 entry revealed production couldn't meet the vast demand. To address this, they adapted Britain's pattern 1914 design, creating the M1917, manufactured in the U.S. with tweaks for the American .30-aught Springfield caliber. The M1917 Enfield was a no-frills, durable, and highly reliable bolt-action rifle. Produced by Winchester, Remington, and Eddystone, its ease and speed of mass production spurred quick adoption. In just over a year, around 2 million were made, equipping most troops sent to Europe and eclipsing the Springfield M1903 in numbers and wartime weight. Its bolt withstood trench grime, mud, and wet, ensuring soldiers could count on it in nearly any condition. Plus, its caliber delivered excellent range, precision, and stopping power, effectively striking targets beyond 800 meters, ranking it among the era's finest rifles. Yet it had its flaws. Weighing about 4 kilograms and stretching roughly 1.17 meters, it was cumbersome and tricky in tight trenches or intense close combat. Initially met with skepticism by soldiers favoring the Springfield, the Enfield soon earned respect for its efficiency and toughness. Veterans often came to prefer its simple maintenance and usability. The M1917 Enfield proved a linchpin in American troops' wartime success, securing a lasting reputation as one of the U.S.'s most reliable and potent rifles. The M1905 bayonet was a vital piece of kit for U.S. soldiers in the First World War. Designed for the M1903 Springfield rifle, it became an emblem of trench warfare's brutal close encounters. In a war ruled by machine guns and grenades, the bayonet retained a critical role when fighting turned hand-to-hand. Its most striking attribute was its size. With a 40.5-centimeter blade, it was imposing and effective in melee. Fixed to the rifle, it gave soldiers ample reach. The blade was sturdy, built to take hard hits and thrusts. But its length doubled as a weakness. In cramped trenches, it slowed quick maneuvers and risked snagging, hampering mobility. Another downside was psychological. Though effective, close combat with it strained soldiers' minds and spirits. Though tailored for the Springfield, it was broadly used with the M1917 Enfield, with minor tweaks. This compatibility with both rifles eased logistics, ensuring all soldiers had a trusty close combat option, regardless of their rifle. Bayonet use in the war dropped sharply from earlier conflicts, dwarfed by new weapons' deadliness. Still, its mental and symbolic heft persisted, with soldiers often noting the added security it lent, particularly in night raids or trench assaults.